You know, it's a dirty little secret that really isn't a secret anymore, that there is a stark difference between African-American employees at ESPN and others. And the same thing in basketball, same thing ever. I didn't think we were supposed to talk about it. I thought we were always supposed to keep it quiet. Apparently, we can talk about it now. Stephen A. Smith has come out with some complete garbage. It's normal, but complete garbage. That Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee are different. Yeah, they're different. Pat McAfee does not talk about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is such an insecure little bitch that all he does is mention McAfee. And make no mistake, he is completely threatened by Pat. And that's fine. I mean, that's human nature in most instances. All I ever hear Pat say is, hey, Stephen A. Smith. Hey, he's great. Hey, come on, I'll come on your show and give great content. Smith? Well, he's got to take little shots, death by paper cuts, because he's an insecure man. It's really interesting when you think about it. McAfee says nothing. Stephen A. Smith can't keep his mouth shut about McAfee. Here's the latest, and I'm going to talk about this. Now, is he as polished politically as me? No, because he has no desire to be, number one. And number two, if we're being honest, he's white. I'm black. He doesn't have to be. That's complete crap. I mean, black assistant coaches were hired in basketball for years and years and years, and even now, with far less credentials. But you had to have a black guy. AD will tell you, hey, Dan, come here. You got a black guy on your staff. Hey, look, I got these guys. No, you got to have a black guy. Okay. Not the best candidate, a black guy. If we're going to talk about this, and every coach right now is nodding their head, oh, yeah, been through it. And then the thing in college basketball is, well, you know, you can't fire an African-American coach. I mean, they can do anything. This is such crap what Smith is saying. This is such garbage what Smith is saying. And at ESPN, it is off the charts the other way. How long was Jalen Rose on the network after he got a DUI? After he started calling out white boy wasted on the air? After he lied about deaths on the court? After he said 1,000 racial things? African-Americans at ESPN and ESPN, Dave Roberts, who's African-American, knows this, and he is fighting it according to people that I know inside ESPN. He is fighting the fact that guys like Smith and other African-Americans think they can come on a set and play like this. I mean, I'm watching a guy named C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum, nice player in the NBA. He's literally... I'm watching Fat Damian Woody not wear a tie. I'm watching guys. The difference between white and black is white has to stay in line. African-American, you can do whatever the hell you want. And nobody, don't even try. Like, I get you're going to say that's racist, but Smith opened this up. And if we're going to talk honestly about it, everybody knows this. This is not something that is in question. This is known. In college basketball, it's been forever. Hey, man, you got to hire a black guy. But remember, if you hire an African-American dude, you can't get rid of it. Hey, got to hire a white guy. Hey, man, get your ass out of here. I mean, if we're going to talk honest. But I know we can't talk honest because some dumb guy will get offended that has a platform. Don't squelch speech to not offend the stupid. But if you're going to bring this up, at least be honest. Stephen A. Smith could have said, yeah, man, I mean, we got all these guys all the time on ESPN, racial slurs, racial innuendos against white guys. I mean, look at Dominic Foxworthy when he's on podcasts, how much he hates white dudes. Now, you think that would play as a white dude coming on our show, ripping on black guys? Of course not. And it shouldn't happen either way, and I wouldn't tolerate it on my show. But the fact of the matter is, ESPN put it in motion. A few years ago, post-George Floyd world, we will 1,000% give leeway to our African-American employees in speech, in dress, in everything. And Smith is just full of shit. And if you think, see, here's the deal with Smith. We all had this guy in our neighborhood. No chin. Can't play nothing, loud mouth, right? And they were always the most insecure guy. Look at right there, no chin. Couldn't play nothing. I mean, couldn't make a HBSU. I mean, just go look at Jason Whitlock's expose on Smith. Couldn't play dead, nothing, no sport. but a loud mouth. We all have those in our neighborhood. We all have those in our life. We all have those in our business. I don't actually, but I just live in my basement, so what the hell do I know? But it's just amazing. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again. If you give a little, they're going to take a lot. Who's they? Anybody. Employees, NBA players, business leaders. You give business leaders a little leeway in those ivory towers, little bit of leeway to take a little extra bonus, they're not settling for $1 million. I'm telling you, you give people a little bit, you relax the rules a little bit, and they're going to take as much as they can. It's human nature. ESPN gave in a long time ago. I mean, let's be serious. You think the best person to talk about the NFL is Dominic Foxworthy after he goes on with Bomani Jones and rips on white guys? And here's the deal with Smith. Smith went on, I think it was CBS Radio, back when he was trying to find a job. So he goes on CBS Radio. And I think, well, no, he replaced Steve Saban, who was a very popular host, but he's a DEI guy, you know, at a time. This is before George Floyd, but you need a brother, so let's go. He's horrible. I remember turning the channel as I was driving downtown when he was off, and I'm like, thank God we don't have to hear this idiot again. But Dave Roberts and others at ESPN, Norby Williamson, they needed an African-American face, and they resurrected Chinless here. So Chinless comes in, and he's great, right? He's loud, he's stupid, he's racist, he's all those things. But he evolves. He's smart. He evolves. He evolves into a guy that understands, hey, wait a second, I can't be too racist because I'm going to lose this audience, which is a lot of white folks. Smart. Puts a hat on, does different things. Really smart. Okay. Well, now the same people that hire him have to deal with this horse shit. I would love to be in a room with Jimmy Pitaro, who runs ESPN, Norby Williamson, who was under attack by McAfee, and that was good by Pat. I mean, it set the boundaries, I suppose, and Dave Roberts. Now, Dave Roberts, African-American dude that runs ESPN, basically the town. He basically has been given reign over Smith, everything. And Dave Roberts, I have been told, is the one dude in there that is trying to maintain a standard. So Dave Roberts, I would love to be in there with these guys going, you know, this fucking hack. We resurrected his ass. And now he's out here lying. And we got to deal with this. Because I know Norby Williams, he's a pretty honest guy. I don't know Jimmy Pitaro, but I've emailed with him, and I know Dave Roberts. And they want ESPN to go well, so now they got to deal with this. And you're like, and you don't deal with everything, but you deal when it's complete bullshit. Because make no mistake, ESPN has a lot of white employees that are going to be going, hey, wait a second here. We got to watch all the racist bullshit that you guys say on the air. We got to listen to all the racist bullshit that you guys said on the court in the NBA Finals, lying about deaths and who was armed and who wasn't armed. And yet we're going to get criticized by this jackass. A lot of white employees are pissed off. Now, there are some, and Seth Greenberg's going to join us. I'm not even going to ask him because his answers, I just keep my head down, show up when they ask me to show up. But, see, Seth doesn't work in the building every day. Others do. And they're like, what the hell is this? And I guarantee you they got time after time after time where someone was late or stupid or racist. And Pitaro, this is what you don't understand. You guys think ESPN is just what you see on TV. ESPN is a college campus. And if I were sitting there as a white employee, I'd be like, hold on here. What are you talking about? I mean, you want to really talk? I got a job in TV because I knew what was going to happen. I think I told you this. When I interviewed at the Big Ten Network, Dave Repson and I interviewed. You did a halftime and you did analysis. He goes, that's the best interview ever. A guy that I really like, African-American dude named Quentin Carter. He set up who was going to be on the Big Ten Network at halftime. I never heard from him again. Repson's like, I don't know. They got to hire you. It's the best I've ever heard. This is a true story. I'm not bragging. This is a true story. So the list came out. X-player, some black, some white, whatever. I mean, I wasn't on the list. And I looked at the list of guys, and I'm like, half of them won't show up on time. They'll get up. So I wrote Quentin Carter a really nice note. Hey, really nice. Thank you very much. Looks like you got a great roster, blah, 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 blah. You know what happened. You know exactly what happened. Halfway through the year, about this time of year, actually, a couple weeks left in the year, I get a call. Hey, Dan, can you come in on Tuesday and do half times with Jimmy Jackson and Dave Repson? Sure. Of course. I see Quentin Carter, African-American. I go, Q, what happened? He goes, come on, man, you know what happened. I said, I know exactly what happened. See, the Big Ten Network thrived because Quentin Carter had a set, like, you're going to do this right. ESPN is going into shitter because of the exact opposite. And it's not just black, it's white, it's everybody. But don't give me this shit that, hey, look, I got to be better as a black man than McAfee, because that's a complete, total lie. You can be worse and keep your job. You can be racist and keep your job. You can be late and keep your job as African-American at ESPN. Period. And everybody knows it. But Smith is so insecure. Smith is so ridiculous. He's so intimidated by Pat. He's so worried that Pat's going to get more fame, more money, and be the face of the thing that he just can't shut up about Pat. And he just can't shut up without making it racial, because that's what stupid people do. Period.